Hey everybody, this is Brittany here from Surfing Waves of Light, and I finished up my work today, my packing. I had some time and I really felt inspired to channel. I had a lot of really inspirational occurrences today. I started my day by teaching a Spot It webinar. Spot It is a cognitive behavioral therapy technique that was developed by a psychotherapist named Dr. Lowe, and it's a peer-to-peer method that helps you to get more peace of mind. Um, One of the spots or the phrases that you use to go from an insecure thought to a secure thought is my peace of mind is my primary goal. So that's how I started my day. I co-taught that with my aunt and friend Tara, and to a bunch of people that work in an office at an insurance company, and it went really great. The audience was awesome. Some people really liked it. I find Spot It to be kind of like the course, a more secular Course in Miracles, a basic. The phrases are really easy to say. So anyway, I started my day off like that. When I do Spot It, it really reminds me of a lot of different concepts. And yeah, it gets me going, gets me inspired. Also, I started my day today before I even did that webinar. I don't usually wake up early. I woke up at 8:30 today, and sorry, I thought someone was coming. I woke up at 8:30 today. Me and my boyfriend and two of our friends jumped in the ocean, did a little exercises on the beach in our bathing suits. It's cold here. Although the water felt warm today, and jumped in the ocean. We did some exercises. We went back to the house and we did 3 rounds of Wim Hof breathing to his app. Greg has his app downloaded. And then we meditated for 2 minutes. I had to go to work. We were going to do 5. But it was really awesome. I'm loving breathing right now. Breathing has been one of the guidances I've had. I've already read 2 books on breathing. I had some insomnia last week. I ended up reading 2 books very quickly because I was up till 5 in the morning, which sometimes happens to me. I think my guides do that sometimes when they want me to be more quiet or more in touch with them. I get really easily distracted during the day, but at night, everything settles down and my intuition is often emphasized. So anyway, the breathing has been so beautiful. If you have any trouble with meditation, I really recommend trying breathing. As soon as I'm done 3 rounds of this breathing, my whole body is tingling and I feel amazing, and I just feel already in that meditative state. So wanted to share that with you. Made some lunch, cleaned the house. I'm heading to Puerto Rico tomorrow, going on a little surf trip / retreat research. I want to start doing retreats, so I'm just not tomorrow or anything, but soon. So I want to start looking at places where maybe I could combine all the things that I do, me and Greg and I do, and some of my friends do, which is surfing plus a bunch of different techniques of loving each other. So yeah, so it's exciting, and I'm cleaning up, getting ready to go, having a lot of good guidance. Had a beautiful conversation with one of my friends, Sam, which also is why I want to channel. So anyway, I wanted to fill you in a little bit on what's going on with my life, because channeling, the verbal channeling, obviously the best, but I'm getting guidance from them all the time, and this is where what I'm being led to do. So I just wanted to share that with you as life guidance that comes in the moment, channeled through action. All right, I'm going to close my eyes. Thanks for listening. I really appreciate all of you who take your time to come and watch this channel. Like, it's amazing to me that people like this. So, I mean, I totally get it, but I'm just very appreciative of your time, energy, and attention. And so are my guides, because they like speaking in public. All right, let's see what they have to say. Greetings, dear beings. We are the Arcturian Council, and we are pleased to connect with all of you. Today, the focus is on the home. Today, the focus is on the journey home. Today is focused on the bigger picture of this life, the one that tends to elude you all when you are stuck in the fine details, when you are busy with the small, trivial aspects of your existence here. Here on planet Earth, distractions are in plenty, for the world teaches you to seek answers outside of yourself, and yet the most intelligence that you can access in this 3D dimensional consciousness is the intelligence that comes from within. You see, your mainstream culture promotes looking outside of yourself to idols, to people that are do-gooders in the world, that make lots of money and have a big impact. They ask you to worship technology for its ability to deliver everything you need at the push of a button. And while these beings and technologies need be honored for the positive impacts they make upon society, it is our mission to allow each and every one of you to truly open up to the divine guidance that is deep inside of you, inside, present, and waiting to be fully activated so that you can walk through this life with the red carpet rolling out in front of you. So you are facing each experience with the full faith and trust in us that we will get you to the next aspect, the next segment of your life with fun and joy, and with releasing of these negative emotions and traumas that have been stored in your energetic being and your body. We focus today on the journey home. That is what is occurring here on planet Earth. You are getting closer to the journey home, the journey back to unconditional love, to full and constant awareness of its presence, so that each and every one of you no longer carries the guilt, shame, fear, and other egoic, lower frequency emotions that exist on this plane. This was an experience you wanted to have, and the experience of coming home is a part of that. At this time, you are all being exposed to infinite possibilities. For many of you, it is the first time in your whole lives that you have recognized that you can create whatever you want. And so the mind changes slow, and you must allow yourself time to fully integrate the ideas that you are learning. This being knows that she can live a completely free life, and yet in this moment, is she still attached to certain aspects of self that make her not completely free? Ones that many others, most others in her society are attached to? Yes, but yet because she considers that there is a possibility that no longer need exist for this planet to run with love and care, now, just in her imagining of it, just of her considering that possibility, she has created a walkway. She has created a door. These doors are always there, but if your mind does not see them, we cannot activate them for you. We cannot bring into your consciousness something you don't want, and we would never wish to do that anyway. If a being is experiencing an aspect of consciousness, It is because that is what he is meant to experience at that time. We need not want to rush anyone through this experience of walking home. While at different sections and levels of this journey, it matters not. The key of this process is to enjoy it, is to enjoy the journey, is to release any ideas of perfectionism, of needing to have everything done overnight, and allowing things to unravel, allowing yourself gentle time to integrate these ideas and in your own time and own way apply them. And so when you approach each experience and challenge like this, you can enjoy the journey. You can enjoy every experience fully. And that is something you wanted before you came here. You wanted to experience what it would be like to be away from your Father, from your infinite source. This is normal. You can see this in the consciousnesses of the beings that you all bring in as children. They cling to you initially for life, and then when they start to become independent, they wish to see what it would be like on their own. And that does not mean they never come back to their parents, just as that does not mean that you will never come back to the full experience of unconditional love, of divine consciousness, of oneness with each other and your Father, your divine source energy that you are. And yet this is an experience you wanted, away from that entity, away from that oneness, to see what you are in separation. This is curiosity. Love is curiosity. And so you can make this experience loving. It does not need to be horrible. It does not need to be awful. It is so important that you are focusing on your reactions to situations. What is occurring in your life and how are you responding? Is it worth your time? Is it worth your energy, dear beings, to be reacting over and over again? Of course, we need you all to release emotions. We need you to vent. And yet we can go through releasing emotions in a more gentle and more expedited process by going through it with a plan, with steps in mind, by going through each release in a systematic way, using tools like the Course in Miracles and Spot It to help you really clear, to really release, to really find the thoughts that are going to allow you peace around that situation that occurred. These traumas in your body, they need releasing, they need looking at, and then they need the opposite thought, the opposite idea that is the one that will bring your mind peace around that situation. That is what you are creating, dear beings, in this realm. You are journeying home. You came from a lot of lack of peace, non-peace, distress, chaos, guilt, shame, and now you are peeling away all of those emotions that you cannot bring with you when you return to your oneness, to your Father, to your source, just as occurs through this replication of life. Although not connected fully to love in that it allows you creation of vibrations less than love, it is still a loving experience, and you are here to make it a loving experience, to make peace with things that you cannot control, and yet start to take steps, small steps toward what you want. Find freedoms in the way you can. We are always allowing you a little more freedom. Find it. See what is the most aligned way to approach freedom. Do not force things, dear being. Spirit is not forceful. It is gentle. It will never rush you. It will never make you do something before you are ready. And yet, you came here to not be perfect, so enjoy the lack of perfection that comes with this journey and know that you are at a very exciting part. This awakening part, there is so much room for excitement and feelings of good. This is the high, so to speak, that comes from all the lows that you have experienced from thinking those lower frequency thoughts. You start to feel better. You start to have a more natural explanation of loving hormones and energies within your body. And because the energies are so high, this rotates up like a vortex. It keeps getting bigger and bigger. The energies keep coming. Everything you're cultivating now, it's like a laser beam with energy that could speed up time, is shooting on it. If you planted a seed and then literally the next day there was a small sprout or a little plant, you know that planting seeds can take time, sometimes a few days to a week or 2 weeks for a seed to fully come up. So imagine that everything is being emphasized for your benefit. Even the bad things are being emphasized, quote unquote, because if they're bad, that just means you have not made peace, or you have not found your way. You have not made the decision you need to either get out of that situation or find the peace within it. That is the choice. It is suffering that comes from our minds not being at peace, from the mind being unsure what to do and teeter-tottering back and forth. This can bring mental and physical distress in the forms of itchiness, rashes, unsteadiness, heart beating faster, stomach aches, headaches, ear issues, vertigo, all sorts of things can come from the mind being unbalanced, from the mind being unsteadied. And yet, as you cultivate peace, you will experience less times of that unsurety, of that lack of balance, and come more into your center, your security, yourself, your equal, who you are, becoming more into your divinity, which is the awareness of love. It is always there for you, but if you are teeter-tottering on all different aspects of your life, there is no time where you're in the peace, where you can come back to peace, and where peace can allow you access to that awareness, to love. Because you are so distracted, dear beings, that love's awareness, it is not always present, because your awareness is on your heavy workload, or your fights with your partner, or your disagreements with friends, or Instagram and jealousy and all the things that you can choose to focus on. We want you to come more into balance, recognizing that for a while you will go into these states of lack of peace, but sometimes they are good, for they are showing you what you need to move to the next level. They are showing you that this is not a peaceful situation in your mind, and it is time to find that peaceful thought around it. It is time to move into that. It is time to set your course with peace of mind being your primary goal. If you set your intention that you want your guides to help you cultivate more peace in your life, then we will. We will help you. You must ask, and you must have intention and vision. What does a more peaceful life look like for you? Who are you? Who are you hanging out with? What are you doing? Dream big, dear beings. The life you've always wanted is possible, and now is just as good a time as any to start taking those tiny steps toward becoming more of who you really are, and in the process, enjoying the journey, enjoying each little freedom that comes along the way. We will close with a story about this being. Her and her partner have been building a shuttle bus out into a travel/tiny home, and the process has been difficult. It has been a challenge. There have been many good days and there have been many bad days, quote unquote, around this project. It is the biggest endeavor this being or her partner has ever undertaken. And so many aspects of their consciousness had the opportunity to be revealed to them. And through this training, through this bus experience, this being has come to more peace around each step of the process. The other day, they installed a shelf for their clothing in the back of the bus. And this being in previous projects was constantly busy thinking about the next thing and the next thing and the next thing that needed to be done. But she allowed herself to have full satisfaction when the shelf was up, the most fun putting those clothes away. And while there is still much to be done with the bus, she is so in joy and in appreciation of just this shelf. She allowed the shelf to make her happy. This is not always how she responded to situations. She could not appreciate the moment because she was too busy trying to free herself from her own mind, from this world, this projected world. And so, after years of training, she is finally starting to get the message. There is a beauty in the imperfection that each of you possesses, and there is reason for it. You are connecting with yourself and you are moving through each aspect of who you are to come back home to God, to Source, to unconditional love, who you are at your core. We love you very much, and we will speak to you again at another time. Thank you so much for listening. That was a great channeling. I mean, I loved the energy behind it. Really ties together a lot of the themes from my day and just puts it in such a beautiful way of expressing it. So thank you, guides and teachers, and thanks for everyone who watched. I just want to close this video. In a few videos ago, I showed that I made my own calendar this year. And I had all these different cards from people, such beautiful messages, nice endorsements. And I wanted to incorporate, and I do a lot of doodles and stuff when I'm in meetings. I'm always doodling. Great way to channel. Go to like a meeting that, you know, is a little boring, or, you know, you have some spare time, and see what comes up. But anyway, so I was doodling, and I had all these little pictures, like you can see, and I'm like, I want to see these. I really like them. I think they, you know, mean something to me. And it's just an expression of who I am, some important phrases. This is from the Course in Miracles, lesson 323. I gladly make the sacrifice of fear. Love has now returned to our awareness, and we are at peace again, for fear has gone and only love remains. Those words are really powerful for me. So I put them on the cover. Some other stuff in here. I've showed some of this before, other little channelings I've done. And so each month has a theme and a person. So in January, my Aunt Carrie wrote me a really beautiful note this summer. And so she got January. And then February was my Uncle Chris, he's a Course in Miracles student and super awesome. Shout out to Uncle Chris. And he writes me the best cards. He used to travel all over the world. He would send me postcards in college every semester from Africa or India or anywhere. And it would say, the smart ones drop out. And wow. I mean, he was telling me the whole time. I totally resonate with that message now, but I was not quitting nursing school. But I always appreciated the message, and I feel like he's been such a great influence on me in a lot of different ways. Anyway, he wrote to me, Brzungu. We went to Kenya together, and they call Caucasian people there Mzungus. And I don't know if it's a good word or a bad word, but we just made it a good word. We're like, you're taking us Mzungus around. And they all laughed at us because I don't think it's a good, I think it might have a negative connotation, but people really laughed. And anyway, so we call each other that. So anyway, he said, Brzungu, I am a very, very, very lucky uncle. And quoted two people. Thomas Jefferson, when tyranny becomes law, rebellion becomes duty. And Albert Einstein, a foolish faith in authority is the worst enemy of truth. So those are not me saying those things, but Thomas Jefferson, Albert Einstein. So he got February. And then I just finished March today. And so March, I've already made a video about this, but March goes to Carissa. You can see this is my schedule this month. So if you want to schedule something with me, look at that and see if any dates where I don't have stuff on it is open. But that's not really why I showed you that. I showed you that because I've been doing this project. I've been taking all the love that I receive. So Carissa did a cleanse with me and she mailed me a check with some beautiful photos and a feather and this beautiful card and wrote me a nice message. So you can see in my journal, what I do is I take the message and I cut it up. So like it says, Dear Brittany, and it's her handwriting, thank you for, and you can see all throughout. And then her card had all these like birds. It was all a little nature card. So I cut those out. So anyway, Carissa is the theme for my month. I'm going to be reading her beautiful message of appreciation all month. And yeah, I'm super appreciative of that. I highly recommend. This was actually why my guides wanted me to make the video, but when I turned the camera on, I totally forgot about it. But it's part of the creation process. We're creating time. So when you create your month, you can make it look beautiful. You can fill it with the love and support of your friends and family. I often think of the criticisms of my friends and family. So this helps me really focus in on that. And it's just a beautiful way to honor yourself and get clear on how you want to spend your time and really aware. So, okay, that's enough for this video. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Thank you, Carissa. Shout out to everyone that has inspired me and that made this video great today, especially the guides. Love and light. Bye.